Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina and you're watching my monthly K-pop review. And today we're going to be ranking K-pop songs from the month of October. Yes, using my super fancy tier ranking system, we're going to take a look at this month's releases, see what I've liked, what I didn't like. Maybe you can discover some songs alongside me. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. So I would say for the month of October, I felt very neutral about a lot of releases. There weren't any releases that I was like, this is life-changing. I mean, for a lot of this year, 2021 K-pop is just real. You know, sometimes there's droughts within K-pop. You know, 2011, amazing year. 2012, I would say arguably was also a really amazing year. But 2000, maybe I would say 2014, was not that good. But you know, not all years can be good years. And that's fair enough. So this month, you know, was not my favorite. It wasn't the worst, but you know, let's get into it. So I am going to explain very briefly my tiers. So if you've been through this a million times already, please feel free to skip through because this video is separated into, give me a second, super fancy segments. But actually, I'm just gonna steal clips of me from the last month's video and just sprinkle it in there. Don't tell anybody. So at the top, of course, we have Big Booty Bop, which is Song of the Year material. These are songs that go straight onto our playlist and stay there for a very long time. Right below that, we have Cup of Milk, which are songs that still end up on our playlist, but maybe they don't last as long, but they still gave us a good time, right? Below that, we have Second Gen Vibes. These are songs that don't quite make it onto the playlist, but you know, if they randomly popped up, we probably wouldn't skip them. Followed by, of course, It Exists, our neutral tier. Then, of course, Grower Not a Shower, which are songs that I really didn't like at first, but they ended up growing on me. Then, of course, we have everyone's favorite tier, which is YG's Dungeon. These are songs where I would tangibly change something about them. And then, of course, Not My Cup of Tea for songs that I simply don't like, or maybe, you know, they're good songs, I just wouldn't listen to them. Starting off with Aespa and their comeback with Savage. A trap genre song led by an aggressive drum beat and bass line. This month I've taken the liberty of looking through articles, maybe what the group has said about the song themselves, to give maybe better descriptions of them, because I want to learn more and improve. So don't be startled if you hear me starting to say fancy words now. But I actually did review this song all on its own. If you want to go check it out, you can do so when you're done here, if I catch you messing with that watch time. But anyways, as you might know, I did actually really love this song. It was love at first sight. You know, for Next Level, I heard the teaser and I fell in love with it. But then when it came out, I was like, what is this? I ended up liking it anyways because I'm a K-pop trash fiend. New revelation for me. But Savage, like, I had my hooks into it. I was like, if this is not good, then, you know, I guess I'll just die. It was a bit odd, as you might expect from 4th Gen SM, and some have told me that it is kind of like a roller coaster, similarly to Next Level, but I don't entirely agree with that. But of course, we have these amazing, beautiful vocals that I think really make the song stand out in a way that just like, how I can't write this off. So for me, Next Level definitely goes into Big Booty Bop. There is this part in the song, it's the bridge of the song, you know, where they're praising Navis, you know. I don't fucking know. You know, it gets a little religious in nature. I actually said this in my original review, but I cut it out because my friend was like, she made me feel bad. But I swear to God, this one part, Ning Ning's part, sounds so much like this one part in EXO's What Is Love. The vocal editing on top of just like the slight 2 seconds of the voice. It just sounds like the rhythm in What Is Love. I swear to God, I'm gonna put them side by side. You just need to keep an open mind when you listen to this. I do maintain this. I'm constantly thinking it's gonna turn into What Is Love. Again, I showed my friend, she's like, it's literally just them singing. I'm like, no shit, they're singing, but it sounds like it's gonna turn into, keep an open mind. I've been dying all month. Savage came out, what, like October 3rd? I've been dying all month to tell someone this. So please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next up, we have SG by DJ Snake, Ozuna, Lisa, and Megan Thee Stallion. Could include this because it was a song I did enjoy this month as well. First of all, can we talk about the green screen. I'll be honest, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice at all. Were they looking awkward? Who knows? Did I join in on the clowning party afterwards and all of the memes? Absolutely. I was just like, oh wow, Lisa flew to be with them. But yeah, I feel like the song is like a little bit empty, but then again, you know, it has very chill vibes. But of course, Lisa's verses are my favorite. She just has such a really cute voice. So for me, this song would definitely go into Cup of Milk. People keep writing SOLM when they talk about this song. I'm Googling what it means, and like there's different meanings. Servants of the Lord Ministries, Sons of Liberty Mint, State of Lake Michigan, Source of Light. What the fuck does it mean? So now we have Luna and her song Madonna. This is a dance pop track that is actually a tribute to Madonna herself. So recently I haven't been the biggest fan of these retro K-pop songs because I have said they're a little bit overdone. However, that's usually for the more typically 80s and typically early 2000s sounds that we've been hearing. So to hear this 90s inspired track was very refreshing. So to hear a more 90s inspired track was oddly refreshing, and I did really enjoy it. And I did put it on my playlist, so I'm going to give this Cup of Milk as well. Next up, we have Twice and The Feels. Now this disco-inspired groovy sound and I did not get along at first. Despite the members themselves describing it as, you know, bright and energetic and very reminiscent of their older tracks, I was still ready to put this song as like one of the worst releases of 2021. It was, you know, we were just not compatible. But I can't deny that this definitely did grow on me. So I'm going to make use of my grow and not a shower tier because I feel like it's the true definition of it. It was hate at first sight, but then, you know, through repetition, I feel like I was backed into a fucking corner. But it's really a cute song, and I'm excited for their album. Now, let's take a look at Pixy's comeback with Addicted. Right off the bat, I did really enjoy the rap. However, the voices in the pre-chorus really gave me the heebie-jeebies. I personally probably wouldn't listen to this song, but I totally understand the allure. You know, I love from a distance these, you know, horror crush concepts in K-pop. I love the idea of them, but just personally, they're not really songs that I would listen to daily. So for me, I think I would put this song into It Exists. Moving on to Cravity's Veni, Vidi, Vici. Which apparently means I came, I saw, I conquered. If you're mad about the Latin pronunciation, well, guess what? I don't speak freaky deaky Latin. The song definitely paints a vibe, though the title itself is a little bit of a mouthful. There's rock elements throughout the song, which I did actually really enjoy. I've been in a very pop punk, pop rock mood this month in particular. But where these elements really shine within the song is at the end, like that guitar. I think it's an excellent touch to the song. It really just ties everything together. And I could actually picture this in a TV show. I'm not sure what kind. I want you guys to figure that out, but just picture it as a soundtrack in a TV show and let me know in the comments down below. So for this song, I would actually put it into second gen vibes with maybe it actually being able to get onto my playlist eventually, because again, I did really like the vibe. Next up, we have Enhypen's Tamed-Dashed. The song itself is not really anything that I would personally listen to, and I wouldn't entirely attribute it to the 80s inspiration because I do feel like it was done in a nice subtle way. But again, this is not really my favorite anymore. So for me, it's gonna go into not my cup of tea, but as usual, if this sounds like something you would like, then definitely go check it out. Following up with Try B and their comeback with Would You Run? And their mini album that features the song is actually called Veni, Vidi, Vici as well, so I thought that was interesting. The thing is, I do generally enjoy their music. It seems to be up my alley, kind of the Latin influence. However, the one thing is I feel like I can't really distinguish a lot of their songs. So though I did listen to this song, I don't remember what it sounds like. Would You Run was a nice, easy listen. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it into Cup of Milk. Lightsum made their comeback with a future-based house track called Vivace. I thought the song was very bright and fun without really going into that candy pop type territory that they debuted with. It had much stronger elements, shall we say. However, I'm just not too sure how I feel about it. They maintained those cute vocals, the brightness, the energy, but it's just a bit more powerful. This song definitely reminds me of an Ozuna song. So if Ozuna were still together, I could definitely picture them releasing this. But for now, I think I'm going to put it in It Exists because I do like a lot of elements, but I'm feeling a little neutral about it. Sunmi's Go or Stop seems to have been released out of nowhere.
It's time to go or stop.
It gave off very second gen vibes without the overly auto-tuned vocals. She was there in second gen, she would know. And actually this is also something that I could picture Lady Gaga singing. And I mean, technically Lady Gaga is a second gen icon, right? She even performed on Gaia, so don't come at me. As for where I'd put it, again, I felt very neutral about it. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, so I would put it in It Exists. Now we have Blackswan, who have finally made their comeback with Close to Me. Blackswan have a very long history as a group despite being a very new group. They have rebranded from Rania to Blackswan, but I feel like we can let go of Rania. Like there's nothing tying them to Rania anymore. So I would definitely say it's on the same wavelength as Tonight, though I do think the production quality might have suffered just a little bit, which isn't a deal breaker for me personally, but I do think this song has a lot of unearthed potential. It's kind of like the group Majors, right? They came out with a song called Dancing in the Starlit Night, and you can kind of tell they come from a small company just by listening to the song, but you know, the overwhelming amount of potential that it holds makes up for it, and it still makes for a great listen. So it lacks in some aspects, I still enjoyed listening to it, and I still would give this Cup of Milk. Though I would not be opposed to putting it in YG's Dungeon because there's just this magical element that is just dying to be brought forth. Next up, we have IU and Strawberry Moon. Now, of course, I'll be a broken record and say her vocals are always very stunning, always very beautiful. Now, according to Melon, this song aims to bring forth the feeling of space, and I think they did a really good job at that. Her voice in particular during the pre-chorus really gives off that vibe. You know, there's like a distant echo that you can hear. But despite the beautiful vocals that we hear, it's just not something I really gravitate towards. I know, electric chair, but I'm gonna put it in It Exists. Finally, let us talk about CL and Tie a Cherry.
I can tie a cherry. Look, I gotta go. Don't money carry.
And Let It. I almost forgot about Let It. Tie a Cherry is definitely the title track that I wanted. I loved Spicy, and I still love Spicy. I think it's different, and it's not meant to be taken seriously. However, Tie a Cherry just... there's something about it because we definitely have these very empowering vibes mixed with this sense of sensuality. And that's definitely explored within the lyrics. I mean, the whole concept of being able to tie a cherry with your tongue is rooted in more, you know, sensual things. But I feel in using that concept, she also does an excellent play on words because, you know, tying a cherry with your tongue, more sensual in nature, but she also says she has a gold tongue and she's spitting fire, so it's more related to music at the same time. This is just my favorite release from Alpha, so we're gonna big booty bop. As for Let It, I'm definitely gonna give it second gen vibes. If it started playing, I wouldn't skip it, but I think I love the meaning behind it a lot more because I watched her unbox the albums on Facebook, or like she did it on, I watched it on YouTube, but it was for Facebook. Don't tell fucking Mark Zuckerberg. But the way she described the song just like really slapped me in the face. She just said a series of words that make sense in my head. You know, she said it's okay for time to pass. And it felt like some type of encouragement. I don't know. I feel like a lot of us are very concerned with the passing of time. I've always felt like time was very slow for me. And that's why my Instagram bio was literally Time is too slow for me, baby. Those are lyrics to an Blackswan. I don't know, there's just something about those string of words that felt very inspirational to me. Like, it's okay for time to pass by. Like, that's what it's supposed to do. It's just one of those things where you could find a million different meanings, and if it means something to you, then that's great. But yeah, second gen vibes. Next up, we have NCT 127 and Favorite, parenthesis vampire. I don't remember seeing that anywhere. I don't know. Now, the thumbnail, for whatever reason, gave me Girls' Generation The Boys vibes. My friend was like, were there butterflies there? I don't know, let me say things. You know, compared to Sticker, this was music to my ears. There was still like a flute sound, I believe, but it was a lot softer, wasn't as antagonizing. And of course, it had a very like soft, chill R&B sound that SM tends to use quite a bit. But I will say it's still not my favorite. I could be wrong, but it felt so retro that it transcended second gen and went to first gen. I didn't listen to DBSK all that much, but if you were a first gen stan, let me know if you kind of agree that this could have been a first gen song. At the very least, I'm willing to admit it could be a second gen SM song. Like, I could picture EXO singing this. Regardless, I'm gonna put this in It Exists. Let's talk about TXT and Frost. So from what I understand, this is not a new release technically, but they released a music video for this because I swear I've heard that intro on TikTok so many times. So when I first heard the song, I kind of wrote it off because I don't know, I just like the whole TikTok thing. I was like, I'm sick of this. So I listened to a little bit of it, then I kind of clicked off and I was like, I'll get back to it eventually, right? So then it came the time for my end of month review, and I decided to listen to it again so I could give my final thoughts. And I was like, wait, this sounds really good. And I kind of regretted not, having the chance to listen to it a little bit more. I was like, I wasted so much time. Like, I could have gotten more listens out of this. I could have enjoyed it throughout the month. But then I checked when it was uploaded. And it was literally 2 days ago. I have no concept of time, but I digress. So I've said this time and time again, I'm really loving the direction that TXT is going, more particularly the pop rock direction. Now, I've kind of looked into what people would call this, and some people have said hyperpop, which I don't know enough about hyperpop to say anything about that. But what I initially really thought was it has slight goth or punk elements, particularly with the vocal editing. But let me know what you think. Do you think hyperpop is accurate? But anyways, I would definitely put this song into second gen vibes. On to Somi and XOXO. So I actually just filmed my review for this, so you can go check it out. I personally really like this song, so I'm gonna put it into Cup of Milk. Moving on to Golden Child's new Jack Swing style track named Ddara. So I don't have the most to say about this, admittedly. It's not really the type of sound that I'm drawn towards, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it into Not My Cup of Tea. But as always, if you think this is something you would like, then definitely go check it out. Moving on to Skyle with Ddara. Now, apparently, and I could be wrong, their name stands for Show the Kinetic and Youth Leading a New Episode. Love it. I'm not even... How second gen of them? Now, the music video looked like it was shot on an iPhone, but the quality of the song is stellar, and I really enjoyed listening to it, so I'm gonna give this Cup of Milk. Next up, we have Craxy, and Gaia. Now, they came out with a 7+ minute music video. This definitely felt like a roller coaster with some parts that I liked and some parts that I didn't quite like. But overall, I don't think I would listen to this, so not my cup of tea. Now, I guess I gotta talk about Eternal Sunshine by Ateez. Can't stop the feeling. Listen, I said in a video that Eternal Sunshine was growing on me, and I got DMs from a bunch of people, very hopeful 18s that, I was starting to love Eternal Sunshine. Like, very excited that I would probably put it into Grower Not a Shower or Cup of Milk. When I said it was a grower, I just meant that I wouldn't watch the performances on mute anymore. which I'm sorry, it's still not my cup of tea. I haven't changed my mind about that. I really wish I did, because it was cute. It's a cute song and they had such cute outfits and it felt like a really cute time, but I just couldn't get on board with it. So it's gonna go into not my cup of tea, unfortunately. Do I appreciate all the cute hairstyles and outfits and face makeup? Absolutely. But Team Deja Vu. Years from now, I'll think back on this moment and be like, why didn't you like it? I will probably really love Eternal Sunshine one day, but today is not that day. Mute. Following up with 17 and Rock With You. So when I heard the teaser, I was like, 17 better not disappoint, because it sounded very majestic and I love majestic K-pop songs. Now, I'm not a carrot and I actually have this video on hand in case anyone asks.
I'm not a carrot.
But I do pay attention because I have two people up my ass trying to... But again, the teaser, I thought it was really magical and I thought I would like the song. I predicted it would be Song of the Year, to be honest, because that's how magical that teaser was. However, admittedly, when I did listen to the song at first, I feel like they didn't really take advantage of the magical nature that the song just inherently is. And instead, they obviously went for more of a rock direction, which makes sense with the title Rock With You. But I maintain they could have done a little bit of a mix of... Anyways, I still think it's Cup of Milk. I still really enjoyed the song. I just think like that extra... Like it could have gone a little bit more. It could have gone that extra level to make it like big booty bop if it was just a little bit more magical. To create a song full of wonder. But it was still really good. I liked it.
I changed my mind, lol, big booty bop.
Let's talk about Secret Number and Fire Saturday. I was very surprised to hear this, to be honest. Like, I started playing it, then I was doing something else, and I thought it was an ad before the song was playing. It sounded like I don't even know, a game maybe? Like, I have to admit that production quality seems to have changed since adding 2 members and having 1 member on hiatus, from what I know. The song really just wasn't doing it for me. They also repeated the Welcome to My World a lot, to the point where it just didn't quite fit, in my opinion. On top of having, you know, the typical 80s synth sounds that I'm not the biggest fan of anymore. Though I did like the raps, I would put this in not my cup of tea. Now let's check out a debut by bugAboo with a self-titled track. Now this apparently mixes K-pop with an Italian sound inspired by Ennio Morricone. I don't speak freaky-deaky Italian. And I think it's quite catchy with the repetition of bugAboo throughout the chorus. But again, not really something in line with what I usually like, so I'm gonna put this in not my cup of tea. We're down to our last 2 songs, so now we have Kingdom and Black Crown. Do you guys remember that Ateez performance? It was their answer performance, but they collaborated with La Poème, and it was beautiful, and they had, you know, opera singers. I feel like that was going in the same direction. Like, we had this chanting at the beginning of the song mixed with the music box instrumental. So we have those elements right at the beginning of the song, and I think it's really beautiful and really sets us up for something. But I don't think we got there. And then kind of similarly, the song itself, after the intro, tries again to set you up for something powerful within the chorus. You know, we have these unnerving sounds, but we don't really get anywhere quite substantial, in my opinion. So because of all of the potential that I see in this song, I would personally put it into YG's Dungeon. Because again, the opening elements I thought were really fantastic, and we did get to hear them a little bit in the background, but it didn't quite go to where I was expecting it to go. So last month we forgot about BTS and Coldplay in my universe, which scared the shit out of me. I do not want to be on the wrong side of ARMY. I was like Navis calling, like ready to sell my soul to an AI. But anyways, I used to hate Coldplay for no other reason than I just fucking hated their music. I just never understood the vibes they were trying to put down. And, you know, I remember my ex, he was like, why do you hate them? I was like, I just don't like their music. And then one day he tried to trick me into like liking a Coldplay song, and he plays a random song. He's like, oh, what do you think of this? I'm like, I don't fucking like it. He's like, well, damn, it's Coldplay. I'm like, well, see, that's called intuition. So when BTS and Coldplay collaborated, I was just like, I didn't know what to think because I never really liked Coldplay. So do I like the song? Kind of, I do. It's nice. You know, I like the "You Are My Universe" part. It's nice, you know? I feel like it's cute, and, you know, we have these futuristic vibes to it. Personally, I think I would put it in It Exists, maybe second gen vibes. Think under specific circumstances, for sure, I would totally listen to it. Because it did sound kind of dreamy, I'm not gonna lie. And that's the last video I ever made. Maybe we should just cut that review part out. So yeah, that is basically it for the review section of this video. Now we're gonna go through my playlist for the month of October, which basically just features songs that I've been listening to this month, whether or not they came out this month. So I have my cute little playlist with those pumpkins next to it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you know this? Savage? In line with Somi's comeback, I've been really obsessed with Birthday this month. It's just been so much fun to listen to and sing along to. I don't know if you know this, but October, November, and December, and a little bit of January are Missing You seasons. Get your wallpapers ready. I remember saying Kura Kura was in Not My Cup of Tea when it came out. I actually like it now. Dare I say this is the best release of 2021? Spoiler alert for my end of year review. This is what I thought hyperpop was, to be honest. Love Alone by Miss A classic. So I mentioned earlier I've been in kind of like a pop punk mood, pop rock mood. The Used, All That I've Got. I remember when this song came out. Now listen, I never understood the song because it's like, I'll be just fine pretending I'm not. And I'm like, wouldn't it make more sense? I'll be just fine pretending that I am. And I never got it, but like I thought it was still so poetic. I'm like, maybe I'll get it one day. Another song, I think this came out in 2012 when music videos had storylines. Beautiful. If you ever want to watch a live vocal performance that is 100% going to change your life, Google JYJ in Heaven Live. I'm sure all of them are fine, but the one with the like pink silk outfits, stellar. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. If you made it this far without skipping and fucking with my watch time, leave a pumpkin emoji down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis and honestly means the world to me. And you can join them by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. As for me, I'm gonna get going because I'm losing my voice. I recorded for like an hour before this and now it's been 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 26 seconds. I'm gonna bet this video will be like 28 minutes long. Well, let's just guess. If I'm right, then I'm right. Oh, bye.